Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special edition of Senior Spotlight. This time we go to the softball field, and we are joined by Nicole Lopez. Nikki, 2 years on the softball team. What are some of the fondest memories that you have at your time with Jon J?
Oh, man. So, a little bit of softball humor. I'm known as the one who always gets hurt. Always just through little things. It's always through some, dumb things. So our team, we always joke about that. Like, I could just be standing there breathing, and all of a sudden, I now have a new cut or a new bruise. But in general, the team itself, it's a very big, fun, family environment, and it's honestly one of the best things I've ever been a part of.
How much of that is on you, the other players, and the coaching staff to develop such a tight culture?
Honestly, I want to say primarily it's all just on the teammates themselves. Our coach does try to get us involved. Like, as soon as you come in, she was like, "Oh, here's your teammates' numbers." Start talking to them. Hey, here's one who I think you're gonna get along with really well. But the team itself is really big on reaching out to each other, inviting everyone to hang out, to come go for team breakfasts and do other stuff like that. So it's primarily on us. Our coach kind of nudges us a little bit, if anything, or helps us if we're a little nervous to try and talk to our teammates.
Do you remember who the group of upperclassmen was when you first got to Jon J that took you under their wings?
For mine, I can tell you for a fact it was Emery. She's my senior this year. I believe she's actually going to be graduating this spring, so congrats to her. But for her, she's always been my team mom personally.
Gotcha. No, that sounds good. Okay, so you are one of the few athletes that is not a criminal justice major, chemical and molecular biology. I'm curious, did you always have a fascination for science? And
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a really big science kid growing up. Primarily that comes from my brother. He was always really big into the sciences, and then he and I were just both nerds. So he really got me into it. And then growing up, like other kids, I watched all the crime shows, and while watching all the fighting, other stuff was cool like that, I was more so interested in what was going on behind the scenes. Got me into shows like Forensic Files, and be oh my god, they can do all these little tests. They just have to do all these little things. They can find the tiniest detail and get just this giant picture out of it, and that's really what fascinated me.
So for you, 5-10 years down the road, what's the dream job? Where do you see your career progressing?
Honestly, right now, to my dream jobs, I'll try to stick more toward the criminal justice and other fields like that. I actually want to go into the labs of the Innocence Project, which is a corporation that dedicates itself to trying to free those who have been wrongfully convicted. So that would help with other DNA work to get those people out of there. If not, I'm actually looking to go into the labs of the CDC and actually look to go more into epidemiology, which is a very heavy microbiology focus. And that's basically just the study of diseases, where they come from, how they occur, symptoms, just finding every little thing about them.
So obviously I have to ask, because we are doing this over Zoom, there's obviously been a global pandemic for the last year plus, going into early stages of 2019 overseas. I'm curious though, obviously we know how bad and dire things were all over the world. But for you, were you fascinated by this coronavirus, and what went off in your head when you started to see the reports and seeing what it was causing to the human race?
Yeah, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I was more fascinated than I was concerned. It's on one hand, obviously it's an entirely new virus. Our body is not used to it at all. So of course, you're gonna have higher fatality rates in the beginning. Everyone's gonna get it, people are gonna get it, and they're gonna get hit hard. Kind of like a smaller child who's never had the flu before, they'll get it and they get hit very hard. Same deal with us here, but at any age. The coronavirus, one of the interesting facts about it is that the coronavirus itself, along with another one known as the rhinovirus, those are two common general viruses that will cause the common cold. So to get a strain of it that was this bad, to the point where no one's bodies could properly keep up, it was just fascinating to try and understand what exactly was going on. So just little things like that might make it a little bit harder to try and figure out what exactly is wrong and how we can come up with the vaccines that we have now.
I have to ask, because I'm sure people that are watching this, it is going to get better, right?
Yeah, I would say so. Just like anything, at this point, I'm pretty sure we're just having every century we have a new one. It's surprise, here we are. It's in the 1920s, we had the swine flu, same deal happened. We had to shut things down, figure out what was going on, got vaccines, here we are.
Well, perfect. Nikki, thank you so much for taking the time. Congratulations on your career and good luck in the future.
Thank you so much.